So, but then
Okay.
now we are going to also look into, there's what we call the mutual fund. There's
Okay.
also what we call the ETF.
Okay.
Then there's also what we call the investment trust.
Okay.
Hello? Give me a minute, please.
All right. You don't want it. Go into separate notes. You want shapes? You want that?
Yes.
This one?
No, it's falling.
This
Yeah,
one?
yeah. Three.
Okay, so I'm back.
All right.
I'm five.
Stop shouting.
So I was talking about different investment instruments that we can use, that we can
Okay.
also invest into. So we have mutual fund, we have ETFs, we have bonds, we have investment trusts. So those bonds, it can be government bonds, it can be corporate company, it can be bonds from corporate organizations. So we are not just limited to just shares. So what is mutual fund? Let's start with that.
Mom.
So mutual fund is saying that, okay, there's a company that run mutual fund for, let's say, now when you send money into a mutual fund investment, you don't determine what they invest the money into. You have no control over that. And then another thing is that some mutual funds have limits. I mean, the least you can invest. So if you don't have up to that amount, you won't be able to access such mutual fund.
Okay.
So that's mutual fund. Now, the other one is investment trust. Now, investment trust and mutual fund work almost the same way.
Okay.
It is just, the name is just different depending on the organization that is behind it.
Okay.
But the third one, which is ETF, that one is totally different because ETFs are more like mutual fund, but then they now have price and they are traded on the exchange, just like shares and stocks.
Okay.
So when you want to invest in ETF, you don't have to, there's no limit. They can't tell you that if you don't have 10,000 pounds, you can't come. They can't, because they have, just like Tesla cannot tell you that you cannot invest £1 in their company. You can buy Tesla shares of £10. The same way you can buy ETF of £10, but you cannot invest £10 in mutual fund or investment trust. So the next one is bonds. So we have bonds from government, bonds from company. So now the way bonds from government works is, okay, government want to fund a particular project. They don't want to print money, so they want to borrow from the citizen. So they sell bonds and then we buy it. So it depends on of course, each bond comes with its own details. It could be 12-month bonds, it could be 6 months, it could be 3 months bonds, all of that. So same thing with corporate organizations. Apple might want to do that, but the reason some of these organizations might not do it, especially the top popular ones, is because they are sitting on too much cash already. They can't be borrowing money again. I mean, some of them have too much cash already. So that's why we don't hear of that so much with organizations around. It's more of government thing, but it is also possible for government to, for organization to also raise bonds. Now, looking at all of these things, one can, carefully research each and every one of those categories and invest in all of them. So, but I just wanted to start by clearing up all of those things before we get started, before we talk about other things. So now talking about the platforms you can invest, you can use to invest in the UK, we have the first one I want to talk about is Vanguard. So if you just create an account, Vanguard.
Vanguard, okay.
Yes. This is Vanguard.
Okay.
So this is Vanguard. So creating an account with them is very simple. I'm sure that you have almost everything they will ask for. Then we have, in the UK, we have like 21 actually, but the one I always love to recommend based on the reviews and all of that is these two, Hargreaves Lansdown and then Vanguard.
Okay.
So these two, you can start with them, and then if need be, we can extend to to other ones. So we have Vanguard, we have Hargreaves Lansdown, we have Nutmeg. Now all of them have their own unique features. For example, now Vanguard has up to 75 funds that you can invest into, talking about mutual fund, ETFs, and all of that, in addition to shares and stocks. So they have different funds you can invest. So you have enough options when it comes to investment. So now, one thing about Nutmeg is Nutmeg does not charge you fee for the first 1 year of your investment, because this is how some of these guys make their money. They make their money from the fee they charge when you buy and when you sell. So Nutmeg is saying that they are not going to charge you fee for the first 1 year of your investment. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So we have Wealthify, we have AJ Bells You Invest, we have Wealthsimple. Wealthsimple also said that your first £10,000, they will invest it for free. That is, they will not charge anything on it.
Okay.
So, that's another thing. For, like I said, all of these guys have their own unique features. So just look at all of these ones I've mentioned when we are done, and then register an account with them, and let's start with that. So the next thing now is, let's talk about the different accounts you can open, especially on Vanguard, so to say. So we have 4 actually. We have the SIP. SIP is self-invested personal pension. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So self-invested personal pension, it's an account where you can totally manage everything in that account. You can buy your stocks, buy your mutual fund, buy your ETFs, and all of that. So we have Stock ISA accounts. This one you can buy. They allow you to buy stocks, mutual fund, etc., and all of that. Then this is my favorite actually. The next one, Junior ISA account. Now, Junior ISA account is for children below 18 years. So for your children now, you can open Junior ISA account for them. But one thing that makes it so interesting for me is the fact that whatever you put in that account, whatever capital you put in that account, is not coming out until the child is now 18. By 16, the child can take control of the account. By 18, the child can withdraw.
Okay.
So we are saying that, okay, all the tips here and there, all the gifts here and there, let's say we are using it to buy Tesla shares, different mutual fund for Emmanuel now. It is in his junior ISA account. No matter what the issue is, no matter what happens, we cannot withdraw it until Emmanuel is 18 and it takes control. And so if we invest in the right set of things between now and the next 15 years or so, is huge.
Mm.
And then we cannot say, we need money. Let's dip into this guy's account. It's not possible. For me, that's what makes it very interesting.
Mm.
And then the fourth one is the general account. So in the general account, you can use it to buy any investment instrument at all. You can use this in your. Now, one thing about when you want to open all of these accounts, you will see all the details there, because one of the unique details about them is the tax that is attached to all of them. So one have to go through them one after the other. Okay, like look at Nutmeg now. They have ISA account, they have lifetime ISA account, they have junior ISA account, they have pension, they have general investment. So if we go to Vanguard, let's look at the ones that they have, what they offer. They have life strategy fund, target retirement fund, index and active fund. So their account now, let's look at the account. They have Vanguard ISA, Vanguard Junior ISA, they have Vanguard General Account, and they have Vanguard Personal Pension. Now, this personal pension now works more like the Junior ISA. You cannot, whatever you invest in personal pension cannot be withdrawn until a particular year, until you retire.
Okay.
So these are the kind of accounts that really force you to invest, because you know that whatever that goes in, you cannot withdraw it. So in the case of, in the quote, raining days, one cannot go and collect it. And that gives that money the opportunity to work hard for the owner. So just look at all of those accounts, read more about them, and then look at, but I strongly recommend these two: pension, the personal pension account, and the junior ISA account for the children, and then this for yourself. And then maybe you can have a general account for, for other investment that you can always take out inputs, and all of that.
Okay.
So those are the four types of accounts. It's just that when you go to another website now, they might spread it into 5 or 6, but fundamentally, those are the ones we have. So now, that said, one thing that is very important also is depending on your investment strategy, which I believe we should be discussing in the next class. Now, based on your investment strategy, you should determine a particular amount that you want to put in whatever account you have opened, maybe weekly or monthly, even when you don't have anything to buy yet, just put it there. So that also serves as a saving plan, knowing that whatever you put in that account is not coming out, so you have to invest it. So you would rather, so if you keep it sitting in pounds, you know that you are not going to be able to withdraw. So you'll be pushed to invest it into something that is well researched. But then that consistency is what really matters here. To have something that's based on your income, to have something that goes into maybe your pension account or your general investment account weekly or monthly. So like we said in the last class, this thing is not a game of days or weeks or months. It's a game of decades.
Yeah.
So if what one can afford is even just 25 pounds per week or per month, it's a good way to start. So monthly, you know that 25 pounds goes to somewhere monthly, and then whatever it can be used for, to invest into. You invest into it, and then before we know what is happening, it becomes an habit that is passed to the next generation. So they know that when you are given a gift, the next thing you are looking at is, I want to put it into my ISA account. So before they think of other thing, it's become, before they even become so conscious and be able to think on their own on what to do with money, we have incorporated in them that the first thing you do with money is you invest it. And then by the time they start growing and start seeing that, oh, what I invested 2 years ago is now worth this. Nobody's going to teach them, even when they become people of themselves, that investment is very important.
Yes.
So that consistency is the lifeline of investment, so to say. So majorly, this is what I want to discuss today. We want to tear down different accounts and then different platforms and all of that.
What color is this? Red one.
So I'm currently on Vanguard. Can you see my screen?
Okay. Yeah, I can.
Okay. Now, this is their stock and shares ISA. Now, this is a low cost and tax efficient way to invest up to £20,000 per tax year for personal pension. I know that one thing I know about this pension account is the tax on it is little or nothing also. But of course, one still need to dig more. So I'm not in the UK, at least not yet. I cannot give all the details yet. And all of these accounts are transferable from one platform to the other.
Okay, you mean, for example, like from this Vanguard account now?
Yes.
Just like maybe I want to, for example, maybe I want to cash the money. It can be transferred to the main bank account. Is that what you mean?
When I say transferred, I mean you can transfer a junior ISA account under Vanguard to junior ISA account. No, to junior ISA account on another platform. Let's say Nutmeg. Now, one thing about all of this platform is you can always withdraw for the platform that allow, for the general one now, which you can always, deposit and withdraw at any point in time. You can do that into your direct account straight.
Okay.
You can do that. You can fund from your account or withdraw from your account.
Okay.
Just go over them. If you have any challenge, just let me know. They've all made investment easy. And then it's just that we have different names in different countries, but they all have the same models of operation. For example, now you can see that the value of the money can go down as well. Okay, so you may get back less than. This platform, like I'm saying, is only for UK residents. So if we are dealing with Nigerian resident now, I know the platforms to recommend. If we are dealing with a Canadian resident now, I know the platform to recommend. If we are dealing with say that US resident now, we know the platform to recommend. Some are general, some are specific.
Okay.
So that's the. But I want you to open an account with at least these Agility and Vanguard, and let's start with those ones.
All right.
Even if it's just a general account you want to open first, open that. So let's make that the assignment for today.
Okay.
So I will send you the link to all of the platforms I mentioned so you can check them out yourself and decide which two of them you want to go with.
Okay. Manuel.
So do you have any question?
So far, no question.
Okay.
I